I don't have the words to express how horrible I feel. And I've felt ever since that day very, very sorry.
In April 2009, 17-year-old Brittanee, a high school junior from Rochester, New York, went on a spring break trip to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. She didn't have her mother's permission, but she was determined to go, seeking adventure and escape. On the night of April 25th, Brittanee was last seen on hotel security cameras around 8:58 p.m. She had gone to visit a friend at another hotel but never returned to her own. Later that evening, her phone sent its final signal nearly 50 kilometers south in Georgetown County. And then, she vanished. For years, the case remained a mystery. Rumors swirled. Was it a kidnapping? A trafficking ring? Brittanee's family refused to give up, tirelessly searching for answers. But the truth wouldn't surface until 2022, when Raymond Moody, a convicted sex offender, confessed to abducting, assaulting, and murdering her that very night. He buried her body in a shallow grave near Georgetown. The police uncovered this secret thanks to a confidential informant who came forward, revealing that a woman named Angel Vows had provided a statement about Brittanee's disappearance back in April 2022. Angel Vows was reportedly dating the perpetrator at the time of Brittanee's disappearance. Before we begin, we'd like to extend our deepest condolences to the family and loved ones of the victim. If you find this video helpful, please consider subscribing to support us.
You see why I'm struggling a little bit through this? Just because like some of these things.
But I mean, damn, that's all for come. I can't give you a date.
No, I see that.
Or if it was Monday or Tuesday, I don't know.
Yeah, just some of these things aren't lining up with like some of the facts that we have.
Okay.
And so that's kind of what I want to get into.
That's fine.
Okay.
But I mean, I can't answer what I don't remember or don't know. I mean, if it's not lined up, I don't know. I just want to tell you what I remember.
Okay.
That's right. Okay.
Good. Hey, Angel, I'm kind of a direct guy, okay?
That's fine.
I'm not going to beat around the bush. I don't want to waste your time.
Okay.
I've been doing this for 23 years. I've been working this case for 6 years. And I want to ask you a couple of questions. And I'm going to discuss with you a piece of evidence.
Okay.
All right?
That's fine. Good.
I want to tell you beforehand that you've got to be completely honest
Okay.
with me, okay?
Okay.
So your answer, did you have any involvement in
What?
picking up Brittanee Drexel?
Hell no. Mostly did not.
She was never in a vehicle with us.
I don't know if she's in my vehicle. I'm going to be honest with you, because he had no vehicle.
Okay, so you don't know. She was never in a vehicle with you.
No, never a vehicle with me. No, period.
Okay.
No.
You're absolutely
Absolutely positively positive.
okay. Like I said, I want to discuss with you a piece of evidence that we haven't discussed with anybody else.
That's fine.
All right, and I'm going to go through it kind of slowly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you understand completely how important this is. During the course of our investigation, we were able to intercept conversations between individuals, and one of these individuals was a person that was responsible for taking Brittanee.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
You tracking what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read to you a couple of quotes.
Okay.
All right? It's pretty much almost verbatim what was said by one of these people.
Okay. Wait a minute. I tell you what. Don't leave me there.
Why?
Because I'm going to leave.
Why?
Because if you're trying to accuse him of anything, then I'm not going to be involved in it. Because I say he didn't, okay? I say he did not.
I'm not accusing him.
I'm not, yeah, you are. That's what that was. I'm straightforward
Hey,
too.
can we just talk?
No, I'm straightforward too. I don't think you did. And you're not going to involve him in it.
This has nothing to do with him.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Hey,
All right,
hold on
well,
one second.
No, I'm not.
Let's give us
I said no.
one piece of
I said
information.
no means no. I gotta go.
30 seconds.
They started by asking Angel what she and Raymond were doing at the time of Brittanee's disappearance. Angel became extremely defensive when she realized they were accusing Raymond of being involved. Outside the interrogation room, another officer spoke with Angel to convince her to return. He explained that the reason they were led to her was because one night while she was drinking, a confidential informant approached her and said they believed Raymond was involved. This made Angel so angry that she told them she was the one who did it, not Raymond.
We're in here.
I'm back.
Okay, air conditioner's working because my office is hot. You know what? So, it works in here. We'll chill it. Yeah,
Thanks for coming back.
Oh, yeah.
do you need anything?
I see your minute. Wait a minute.
You need anything? Give me a ring. You know, y'all need anything? We good? Y'all need anything? Good. Good. Okay, don't need anything.
All right, thank you. Okay. I'm back.
Thank you.
I'm back.
Thank you.
Because I know what the conversation is. Well, he told me. I didn't know. I just thought it was something, Ray said something, and I missed, I don't know. But, yeah, I did say what I said, and I was talking to Karen, a friend of mine, and I was highly drunk. We've been out all night drinking, and she kept asking me questions about Ray, and everybody that was accusing Ray. So, yeah, I did say something. I did.
You want to tell me about it?
Well, no, it's drunk on it. I was just wanting everybody to leave him alone. So I put the blame on me instead of him.
Is that true, though?
No, I would never hurt anybody.
What's the truth, then?
I don't know the whole truth. I don't know where he was that night.
I believe you, Angel. I really do.
Really don't.
I do. I believe you right now. And I'm not...
And even Arnie asked me, do you think he did?
It's just that we're at the point
I don't
right
know.
now. Can I just explain one thing to you?
Yes.
What I want you to do is, it's most important at some point in time is to tell the truth. You've been living with this. You're a person with a conscience, right?
Yes.
And I'm not saying what recording is what recording. I'm not acknowledging any of that type of stuff. But all we're looking for, we need your help, right? To piece this thing together.
I know.
I was not about to what my belief is that it depends upon the evidence.
Right.
And all we're looking to do is to find out what you know about what happened that week.
I know. All I can tell you, because I don't know where he was. I don't. He did have my vehicle. I don't know where he was.
You don't know where he was.
I don't know where he was. I do know he called me and he sounded upset and all this kind of stuff. He didn't say anything about why he was upset. I don't know. I don't know. Do I think there's a possibility? Of course there's a possibility. I'm not stupid. I do know that. But I don't know anything to say yes he did. I don't know. But do I have to sometimes because I don't know where he was. And he wouldn't tell me where he was. And he did have a couple scratches on it. I don't know. I don't know.
Angel said that when Raymond returned, there were scratches on his face. She revealed this information to the detectives because she wanted to gain their trust. However, she admitted she still wasn't certain about what Raymond had done.
That night he had a couple scratches?
Well, he's had some scratches, and I was trying to remember if it was from me or something. I can't tell you that he did, because I don't know that. I can't tell you that he didn't. I don't know. I do know that he had my vehicle, and that's one of the reasons I was meeting, was to trade vehicles out.
That night, I remember being that night.
That night, yes.
And you were for sure at work.
I was for sure at work, but not all evening. I was off earlier in the day.
Okay, and we have, so this is stuff we're looking, we have telephone records.
Yes.
We have license plate reader records, we have credit card records, and we have part of the story.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think maybe that day. So, and I mean, all I can tell you is what I know for sure. I know for sure that he had my vehicle. He had asked me for it to trade vehicles, and I didn't ask why. Big deal. And the first time I traded vehicles, so we traded vehicles. And then I do remember him calling me early in the day. And I was off, but I just didn't feel like, meeting him at that time. So I told him, I will meet you. So that evening, I did meet him.
Down by the hotel by the lane, right?
Yes.
And you traded vehicles.
Yes. I took my vehicle, and he got the red. SUV? Yes, and he got the red truck.
You took the red truck. Yeah. And you took the SUV. Where did you go?
Where did I go? I think, to be honest with you, I went to town and met him back at the apartments. Maybe an hour or so later, he was at the apartment. So I went back to his apartment.
And he had your SUV, right?
And I had the truck.
You had the truck at work?
Yeah, no, at the house too.
So were you at work that day?
No, earlier in that day, I wasn't at work that afternoon. That night? When he called me the first time I was not at work.
Okay, so about 9 o'clock at night is when Brittany, where were you at 9 o'clock at night when Brittany?
Oh my God, I was in his apartment.
You were down at
I was in the apartment.
By the lane?
Yeah.
Were you guys in phone contact at the time?
Yes.
And what were you talking about?
Oh God, I can't tell you exactly.
That's you're such a smart person and you have a great memory.
But I do have,
Like, you passed all these exams.
No.
Even
I
my
really
parents,
don't,
they're
but
nurses.
It's a phone conversation. I have 100 of them.
But the point is that on a day that somebody went missing.
Yeah, but it wasn't
a
anybody
person
I
with a
knew
conscience
thought about
remembers.
it.
But a person with a conscience remembers.
Yeah, if
that.
I was involved or had, worried about it, but I didn't at the time. But I think we talked a few times. We talked a couple times. I don't remember.
So you were sitting at the Sunset Lodge.
Oh, that's it. Sunset Lodge. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, you said in the last time.
Yeah.
So you were sitting at the Sunset Lodge that night.
That evening.
Yeah. And you want tell us exactly what your recollection is.
Of the whole evening?
Please.
It seemed like Angel had an incredible memory, able to recall events from over a decade ago, as if they had just happened yesterday. But was it truly a remarkable memory, or simply a lie she recently made up to counter the detective's evidence?
My recollection is about I went to the apartment. First time I went to the apartment, he wasn't there.
What time?
I'm gonna guess 5, 6, somewhere around there.
He's already up. Do you know where he's at?
No, he didn't tell me where he went. And I asked, but he didn't ask.
Fair.
I mean, but he didn't tell anything to me. It wasn't a big deal, whatever, Actually, I thought he was probably meeting Ernie, to be honest.
Okay.
So, I went back to my house. He called me, said something about trading vehicles, and he wanted me to meet him. And I said, all right, what time? He said, give me about an hour.
Do you remember, so we have the phone records. Do you remember when those calls?
Oh my God, they were in the evening, like maybe 8, maybe 9, when I met him, somewhere around there.
Okay, so you drove from your house in his truck?
His truck.
And you met him at the lodge?
Yep.
And he had your vehicle?
Yes.
And you traded vehicles?
Yes.
And you left?
No, I stayed the night.
You stayed there?
I went got something to eat in town, but I came right back to the
So what happened the rest of that night? What happened between you and Ray the rest of that night?
The rest of that night?
What other things happened?
Yeah, I don't remember everything. I really don't. I know he's left for a little while. Came back. But he told me he went to Ernie's. I don't know if he did or not. I really don't remember. I don't know. I can't tell you that.
And you might have.
Just
So
wait.
there's a series of calls that fill your time.
Okay. What's the cause? What time? I don't know.
Like, that are different, like super early.
Yeah, I told you he left at some point. I don't know where he went.
So what was the conversation?
Well, one conversation was where he went.
One was kind of lengthy. One lasted quite a while.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. I can't tell you. I don't remember being on a lengthy conversation. Maybe he was going off about something, which he does sometimes. Still does that.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. No, I can't tell you conversations. I do know he left at some point. Told me he went to Ernie's. Do I know that? I don't know. Like, I only know what I'm told. Like, I don't follow him. I'm not chasing him down.
I totally believe you.
So I don't know where he went.
We're trying to line the story up with the phone records.
I know.
So if the phone records put you guys in a certain place.
Yeah, it is highly
the story has to
likely.
be consistent.
Yeah, if he went somewhere in the middle of the night, then
And so there's no reason your phone, and maybe you might be surprised how much I believe you in some of these things. Is there any reason that your phone or you or a credit card would put you on or near the boulevard that evening, not at your house, that evening between, say, 4 or 5 p.m.?
Well, my card was in the vehicle.
Your what?
My card was in the
Your
vehicle.
credit card?
Yeah, in the glove box.
Does he use your credit card?
We use it for get gas and stuff like that. I just tell him, you just go ahead and pay or whatever.
What about another type of purchase that might have been done?
I don't know what purchase was done. I don't know, but that's what I'm asking.
Yeah. I'm just saying that
there's, like I said, I don't know. It was in there. My card was in there, which is where I kept it, which is, you go to my card now, there's my card's in there.
Would your phone have been in there too as well?
It could have been, I don't know.
So you're saying your phone and your card could have been on the boulevard
Yeah.
that evening?
But I haven't
you
had
were
to
not.
call. No, I was not.
Is there anybody that can?
Yeah, my
corroborate?
son. That's about it.
When he met up with you, did you get your phone back?
Yes, I did. Because he did call me on my son's phone.
The detectives focused on the credit card and phone because they had evidence placing them near the area where Brittanee disappeared. They also had footage showing Angel's car near that location. However, she gave a vague explanation, claiming she had left both the credit card and phone in her car after swapping vehicles with Raymond for an unclear reason.
And what happened the next
One
morning?
time. And then when Benjamin got my phone, he did call me on that phone a couple times. And I went to the apartment. He met me. I stayed there for a while. We got something. He went back to the apartment. Some point, in the middle of the night, he was gone because he called me on the phone.
Some point in the middle of the night.
But can I tell you where he was? I don't know. I don't know. But that's happened a lot in our relationship. He might go to bed with me, and I'll wake up at some point. He's not there. Most of the time, though, he wasn't Ernie's. But do I know that's where he went? I can't tell you that's where he went. I don't know. I didn't call Ernie. Like I said, I'm chasing some guy. I'm not keeping up with him. Who does his business or just mine. That kind of thing. So I can't tell you where he was. I really can't. I can tell you I wasn't with him, but I also can tell you I was with him later on.
And you can't tell us what exact time.
I can't even tell you an exact date.
Was it before or after midnight or anything?
I was with him some before midnight, but after midnight, he disappeared. I don't know where he went, but I do know at some point he disappeared.
In what vehicle?
I don't know, because he came back right after that. I was in the bed. He called me one time, and then I called him one time. I think that's how it went. I can't remember exactly.
And I'm just trying to...
I'm thinking he took the truck, but I can't promise you that.
Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I understand. You said that when you came back and you switched vehicles, you stayed the night.
I went, got something to eat in town, came back, stayed the night because I got something to eat, called the kids, went home.
Why'd you switch vehicles? Just to go get something to eat?
Well, he was going somewhere, and I didn't know where he was going, and I already didn't know where he was, so yes, I took my vehicle.
The detectives were trying to figure out why they switched vehicles and why Angel was so adamant about making the exchange. Did they actually switch vehicles? And if so, was the switch a way for Raymond to cover his tracks? Or was Angel somehow involved?
And did you have your son's phone or you called your son's phone?
He called my son's phone and talked to me.
Because
Because he said he had called me, and I didn't answer.
Did he say where he was at?
No, that's why I told him. I said, "Are you in town?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, are you ready to tell me?" He said, "No, I got a couple things to do." He said, "I'll call you when I'm done." I said, "Okay." So he called, told me he was on his way back. He didn't say from where. So I went to the apartment. He wasn't there. Waited a few minutes, still wasn't there. So I left. And then I went back later. So.
Okay. So if the vehicle was on the boulevard at the exact time pretty much that Brittany goes missing, then your recollection is that would have been Ray in your vehicle. That was your vehicle?
That's it was my
By
vehicle.
himself?
Yes.
As far
As far as I know, but like I said, he went to Dave Murphy, talked to, said, did he meet with Mike? I don't know. I didn't ask, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
So I can't say he was by himself. When he left, he was by himself. When he came back, he was by himself.
When you saw him back at the lodge, he was by himself.
He was by himself.
You mentioned you went to Ernie's and you got clothes.
He did. Me,
Right.
Me and Ernie were not friends at that time.
You mentioned he took your car there.
Yes.
But you also said that you guys had exchanged cars.
Yeah, I said when we were back at the apartment.
Right.
He left because we went back to the apartment.
According to Angel, she met Raymond in town to switch vehicles, only to meet back at the apartment, where Raymond then took her car to Ernie's. But why drive all the way to town to switch vehicles instead of just waiting to do it at the apartment? And why did they even need to switch vehicles in the first place? These are just some of the many questions detectives had about Angel's story.
So if the vehicle was that night at the landing, right, that would not have been you, is what you're saying?
No, not
The
me.
time that you took your phone in that vehicle and you were never at the landing that evening.
No.
Oh, it's like an innocent explanation for doing that.
No, I don't think I was at the landing. I mean, because we met back at the apartment.
Yeah,
He didn't go with me to get something to eat.
right.
No, I don't think it's just landing, no.
That's the opposite direction. Down is down at the landing, from the lodge is the other
Yeah.
way.
The landing's out towards the Maryville way. McDonald's is right here in town, like right up from y'all.
I mean, be quiet a minute, but obviously whoever did this made some, mistakes that night, right?
Well, it wasn't just them. There was other girls out with us, and it was just, I was drinking, and it was just bombarded, you know?
What do you mean? I'm sorry.
It was all over town anyway, it was on the news.
Yeah.
Everybody knows all my things, so yes,
Yeah.
I get harassed all the
I
time.
know.
You know, it's just bullshit what he did when I didn't even fucking know him.
Yeah.
So, you know. So yeah, I was frustrated, I was drunk, so I got pissed off. I was like, yeah, no fuck, you didn't do it, I goddamn did it. You know, so, no, and then I don't even know what else, I was drunk, I know what I said something about the girl kid on him or something, I don't even know what I said. You know, to be honest with you, yeah, I did say I was pissed off. I just wanted to leave him alone, and leave me alone.
The police found it very strange that Angel claimed she did it, explaining that she only said it because she was tired of people accusing Raymond. While it's possible she was highly intoxicated when she made the statement, the police still had to take it seriously and investigate why she said it in the first place.
So, yeah, it's stupid. But guess what? I did it. You know, I can't say I didn't. I did.
Yeah. I mean, there's more conversation.
There's a lot of conversation.
Yeah. What you're talking
because everybody else left, and it was just me and her.
No, but I'm saying that incident you're referring to, like that there's other evidence, right?
Yeah.
That some of the stuff I was going to talk to you has nothing to do with whatever you're talking about. But and we're trying to piece this thing together because the person who did it that night, they made some mistakes, right? Like for example, they kept Brittany's phone on, and they kept their phone on. So the phones moved, obviously, from all together. So what's the chances of somebody being on Ocean Boulevard at 11th Street South at 1 minute, and also being at the North Santee, which everybody in the news knows that's where the searching was done. So who would have been at those two locations?
I get it. I mean, I do get it. You know, I told him, I get it. You know, I took him to the motels we usually stayed at, but I know he did not stay at the beach that night. He was not at the beach, so I know he came home. I know that.
All right. And I agree with you. I think he did.
So, you know, I can't answer his questions, you know.
Yeah.
So in my mind, because I've known him so long, and I'm thinking, it has to be something concrete, and I just don't have that.
I know. Hey, you're stuck in a position here, and we're asking you questions and volunteering information. We're trying to just find out the truth, and really, if we can eliminate you.
Right.
That helps.
I can't sit here and lie. I don't remember. I'm not going to do that. I just don't remember. I mean, some things. I remember a little bit here and there. I remember, some vehicles. I didn't remember the black vehicle. And then I didn't remember later on about having the key until I remembered the kids raised and I had to get, so, I mean, it's a long time. I just don't remember all that.
He's never said anything to you?
No, he doesn't, like I said, he doesn't offer information. He's not that kind of person. He's just not. And he doesn't talk about things that have passed him. I ask him because he says he just wants to leave the past in the past and get on with his life. Okay, I get that. I do.
Yeah.
I'm not straight and narrow. The stupid shit when I was younger too. And I just don't want to talk about, even when people ask, I remember when you were 20, no, I don't, I don't know. I don't care. I don't want to remember, So, but, I mean, could he have done it? I know he could have. I do know that. But you don't want to leave that? No.
I know you don't. I believe you. I believe you don't.
It's unclear whether the detectives believe she was involved. Either way, they know they need to leverage her to get more information about Raymond.
We think you have an opportunity here to possibly discuss some things with him about this. We think that you both might have some information that might help us, right?
Yeah.
And so we're going to have to continue to investigate this, and we're going to have to continue to talk to people about this. But if we go do that and the word gets out, that's what we want. That's why we were honest with you when we got here.
We told nobody. We don't want anybody to know your business, right? But unfortunately, if what you're saying is true, we've got to continue,
I know.
right? Because there's a lot of evidence
I
that
know.
shows vehicles,
Right, I know.
homes.
I got it.
What do you think you could do to help us out going?
So what do you want me to do? Is what I'm asking, I mean.
At the end of the day, we're looking for Brittanee, the body, right? So that is the goal. That is a golden ticket,
I'm sure it is.
right?
Yeah.
And we believe like that you might be able to help us. And if let's just say if Ray was involved in that, then he would obviously know where that's at.
Of course.
So if we were interested in your ideas, if we were to ever try to find that, that's really what the goal of this case is, right? Is to do that. So if there's anything that you could think of,
I think the best thing is just put a bug in his vehicle, is all I can tell you.
well, how would that lead us to her body?
Is there any chance he could have had another role?
Another what?
Could he have been involved in another way?
What do you mean another way?
I'm asking.
I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean another way?
When he left,
Mhm.
could that have had something to do with it?
When you left,
In the middle of the night?
did that have something to do with what? Brittany?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. I mean, he said it was Ernie's, that's all I can tell you. You know, but could it have? Of course it could have. You know, could it? You know, I don't know.
What do you think you would say?
I was, in the beginning, I was very nervous about it. I really was. You know, because I didn't know. I didn't know. And he won't say anything, you know. So, I didn't know. I still don't know. So, does it make me nervous when people bring it up? Yes, it makes me nervous. You know, of course it does. Because I'm living with somebody who could have,
Right.
you know.
If you asked him if he was involved, would that be different?
No, no. I mean, I can try to ask him, I mean, again, you know, but first thing is going to be, he knows I'm here,
Right.
but he thinks I'm meeting for some other reason. First question is going to be, did they ask you about me? That's going to be his first question.
Okay.
I mean, he's real, I mean, he's suspicious, believe me.
Still?
Always.
Yeah.
Always. Not even about anything to do with this. I mean, just always if somebody comes up, who's that?
Yeah.
What do they want? Why were they here?
Yeah.
You know, just, you know, he's very suspicious. You know, it's just his nature. But he's been that way since we've known him. So.
I mean, they did talk to him about when they went out to your house initially, when they got the girl out of there, Alicia.
Yes.
So you could say.
Sure. Well, that is what I'm telling him. Sure, that's exactly what I'm telling him.
You had mentioned a bug. Is that something you think would work? Is that something that you think you could do?
Oh, yeah, I can do it.
Angel promises to fully cooperate with the investigation. Just before she leaves, the detectives have one final question for her.
But our sincere goal is to get the truth and work with you.
Right.
Like, we genuinely want to do
No,
that.
I mean, I get that. I believe you.
Because there's a lot of evidence that points at you.
Right.
And if what you said happened, and that's true, and we can prove that,
Right.
that's critically important. And we would want to work with you to try we just want the truth.
Right. I know.
Like, and whatever it is, we think you might know.
Right.
Right? But we can't wait. So, but we want, out of respect for you, we'll say, hey, look, it's tomorrow.
I'll meet with you tomorrow.
If we meet tomorrow,
Right.
we meet tomorrow here, and we have this discussion,
Right.
think about like where you're at right now, and then we make some decisions and we want to move forward together.
Okay.
That's our goal.
That's fine.
Right? I mean, that's really where we want to be. And you gotta believe that, because we just want the truth.
I know you
And
do.
ultimately, we want to just find Brittanee.
I mean, I do believe it.
And that would, anybody who has that information would be holding a very, very valuable card.
Oh, I know.
Like, if they were very scared that they're in trouble, they also have significant
Right.
leverage.
Yeah.
Right now, and if that leverage goes away, if I had that leverage and I got hit by a bus, like, that's gone. Like, there's no chance of getting that information.
Well, let me
So,
tell you this, here, what don't I promise you, on my children's life, and I lost a son in the car
I
accident.
know, I'm sorry.
I don't know where Brittany is. I don't. I
I
really
believe you. We want to work with that, but we want to try to get there.
Yeah, I know you
And
do.
if there's little pieces early on that you
Right.
can remember tonight and say, maybe it was just I was riding in a car when something happened.
Right.
Then, okay, let's work with that.
I get you.
Right? And then we work with it together. And you say, but I don't want people to know this. Then
Right.
we work with you on that. So
I
maybe
know.
we can do it this way. But we need to know it, and you might be shocked how much I believe you. Really? You might be shocked how much I believe you, but I also know that there's facts from it
Right.
too. And we're willing to give you that time, right? Because we appreciate you coming down here. It's a lot we're dumping on you.
Yeah.
Okay? But I think this is also the path to like kind of get, like, you've got all this stuff in your mind because you're a person with a conscience, right? Some people don't have a conscience.
Right.
That's not you. You're a grandmother. You have all these things, and you feel bad if you have information.
Right.
We're not accusing you of something you didn't do. We just want to find what the facts are and then work with you on that. And if it doesn't result in finding her, then so be it.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't get there, but I think you could help us get started down that path. And if we just wanted to go out there and screw with you, we would have went out there and screwed with you.
Well, I
You know, so does that make sense for you?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah.
Over the following days, the police kept a close eye on Raymond and Angel, hoping to uncover new evidence. However, their efforts yielded nothing. Then, just a week later, Raymond shocked the investigators by walking into the police station and confessing to the crime.
The only person who ever told this story to is my lawyer. Angel never even knew the real story. She never knew. Anyway, when I was going down Ocean Boulevard, we were going along pretty slow driving. I was driving, and pretty walking speed. And I saw the Drexel girl walking along on the sidewalk, and I was smoking pot. She noticed that, walked over to the door and said something about it. Smells like good weed. I said, yeah, you want some? Sure. Get in. She hopped right in the back, right a problem. And we smoked the weed, went down the boulevard, and we're just small talk. Angel's not really saying anything, but we're smoking the pot. And I said, hey, you want to party a little bit with us? We're going to get some cocaine, you know? She said, sure. So we started driving, we were just driving around, smoking, talking. And went right into Georgetown, went right to a spot where we used to camp out down by the river. And we went down there, and I was by myself with her, because Angel left for a while to go see her son. As things got out of hand, and I panicked, and she panicked, and I strangled her.
Raymond's account of events completely contradicted Angel's statements to the police. Angel claimed she was never in the car with Brittanee and had never left the hotel where she and Raymond were staying. However, according to Raymond, Angel was with him when he picked up Brittanee, and they went together to a private hangout spot. Raymond stated that Angel eventually left him alone with Brittanee, a detail Angel never mentioned to the police. Despite evidence pointing to Angel's potential involvement and her false statements to investigators, she was never charged in connection with the crime. The timing of Raymond's confession also raised eyebrows, as it came only after Angel became a suspect in the investigation. Raymond led police to the location where he had buried Brittanee's body, allowing her remains to be returned to her family. He was found guilty of the crime and sentenced to spend the rest of his life in prison.